Racing to the 2021 Belmont Stakes, and this time we're going to take a look at the speed figures of the top Belmont Stakes contenders. We've already got a couple of videos up, the Belmont Stakes update and the horse-by-horse preview, where we take a look at all of the contenders for the race if you want to watch those videos. But speed figures are going to play a role this year. I think some people think a few of these horses are maybe faster than they are. And we'll take a look at maybe who is going to have a career top speed figure in the Belmont Stakes. Latest update, Rebel's Romance has worked out 3 times in about the last 9 days. So he seems to be getting fit for the mile-and-a-half Test of Champions at Big Sandy. Meanwhile, Hot Rod Charlie had his final workout on Friday. Flavian Pratt is going to ride him. Todd Pletcher worked out Bourbonic and Known Agenda. Known Agenda, they took the blinkers off, but he'll be racing with the blinkers on in the Belmont Stakes. And also final workouts, just under 59 for Rock Your World, showing some speed out west before he ships over to New York for the Belmont Stakes. So that's the latest update. Still looking at a field of 11, maybe 12 horses. Brooklyn Strong is the one who hasn't fully committed. Now the Beyer speed figures show a pretty even mix of horses if you want to look at it strictly from their top numbers coming into this race. They've got Rombauer with a 102 in that Preakness Stakes. That's his most recent start. Essential Quality with a 100. And Hot Rod Charlie with a 100 in the Kentucky Derby. And then you've got Rock Your World's 100 in the Santa Anita Derby. And of course, he had a little bit rougher trip in the Kentucky Derby and his speed figure was lower. So on Beyer's speed, these horses, those are 4 horses all in the mix. Any one of them could win. Now, the key question here is always the mile-and-a-half distance. Now, Equibase sees it a little bit differently. They still have that 112 Equibase speed figure for Known Agenda in the Florida Derby. I think that may be a little bit inflated, but his allowance win there may have been underrepresented by a few of the speed figure horses as well. Remember, he had that inside trip in the Kentucky Derby, and he never really had room to run, and just, I think it might have been a little bit over the top with that extra time from the Florida Derby, with that extra time and then maybe a smaller field, get a little bit outside. I think he could improve. Essential Quality and Hot Rod Charlie both even on the Equibase speed figures. Now, Brisnet sees it as an Essential Quality 102, Rock Your World a 102, and a Known Agenda 101. Again, very close. And now that's where you don't want to take a low odds horse when the speed figures are pretty evenly matched, and that's what it seems to be in this case. You kind of got to project a little bit who can improve a little bit, who's sitting on a career top. One of the things I do want to mention is I always, a lot of times the horses will fire a career best effort in the Kentucky Derby, but this is probably the longest race of their career they're going to run, the Belmont Stakes, so you probably won't see a career top effort at a mile-and-a-half distance. Just so few of horses are bred for that. A lot of people talking about Essential Quality. Trackus is a company that tracks how they put actual microchips on each of the horses' equipment, and then they can track how far and how fast they run at different points of the race. And the trainer of the Essential Quality, Brad Cox, has been saying that Essential Quality ran 68 feet further than the winner, Medina Spirit, in the Kentucky Derby. These are the official Trackus distance traveled. Now, one of the things is I was very excited about Trackus speed figures when it came out, but I see a lot of inaccuracies and the chips fall out and sometimes they don't have the things. So, you're hoping for the Kentucky Derby. It was perfect weather and stuff like that. So they're usually more accurate on those type of days. But interestingly enough, Rock Your World ran 90 feet further than the winner, Medina Spirit, and ran a little bit further than Essential Quality, 12 more feet. So that could be, a lot of people use 10 feet equals 1 length. So a Known Agenda with that rail trip, he actually ran less than the winner and 30 feet less than Hot Rod Charlie. So again, playing out some of these different angles as you do some of your handicapping. I kind of think a career best effort's coming up for Essential Quality and Rombauer. I don't think that Preakness took a lot out of Rombauer, and I think he's truly a distance horse. Now, he's not going to get the pace setup that he got in the Preakness Stakes. Belmont Handicapping, take a look at your pedigree, take a look at the current form. The pace of the race is always important in the Belmont Stakes because most of the time it's a slower pace. And class doesn't seem to be as important. It seems like a lot of these horses can have only a couple lifetime wins. They can be running losing races in some of these other Kentucky Derbies, and they'll spring forward with a new top in the Belmont. And you don't want a horse that's not headstrong. You want a horse that's more calm, relaxed. And we don't really have any headstrong type cases here. Hot Rod Charlie, Rock Your World, you know, they seem to be comfortable on the lead or coming off the pace. Essential Quality's probably got a little bit more speed than you think. So I think this year's Belmont is really going to be a good handicapping test. Of course, watch those videos. We got the selection show coming up on Tuesday after post positions are drawn. We'll also do a preview of the Met Mile later next week, as it's a big stakes day of racing at Belmont Park. Who do you think sitting on a career best speed figure, and who is your favorite set of speed figures? Which speed figures do you rely on the most for your handicapping? Leave a comment below as we get you ready for the Belmont Stakes.